For years, you were handed a checklist. Count the fingers, the machines always got hands wrong. Watch the eyes, they didn't blink like real eyes. Look at the teeth, the flicker at the edge of the hair, the lighting that fell on the face from the wrong direction, the voice with that faint, flat, lifeless note underneath it. That checklist worked. For a little while, it genuinely worked. And here is the hard truth this whole video is built around. That checklist is dying. Not slowly, not someday. Right now, one tell at a time, every single item on the list is being quietly erased. Because the machines that make these fakes get a little better every few months, and each new version fixes exactly the flaws you were taught to look for. So I'm going to give you the real signs, the ones that still sometimes work today. But I'm also going to be honest with you about why every one of them is fading, and why the smartest people working on this have made a strange, almost unsettling decision. They've largely stopped trying to catch the fake. Instead, they're trying to prove what's real. By the end of this, you'll understand why that flip changes everything, and why it matters for a phone call you might get this week. Let's start with what you can actually use today, because some of these still catch fakes for now. First, the hands. Fingers are hard. Watch for hands that have too many fingers, too few, or that bend and merge in ways that make your stomach turn slightly without you knowing why. Second, the small anatomy. Teeth that blur into a single white smear, eyes that don't quite point the same way, a blink that comes too rarely or too mechanically. Third, the light. Real light is stubborn. Shadows fall a certain way, reflections in the eyes match the room. In a fake, the lighting on the face often doesn't agree with the lighting behind it, and the catchlights in the eyes can be missing or wrong. Fourth, the edges. Look where a person meets the world, the border of the hair, the line of the jaw against the background, the rim of glasses. Fakes tend to shimmer, warp, or smear right at those seams. Fifth, the mouth. Watch the lips against the words. In a weaker fake, the sync drifts, the mouth shapes don't match the sounds. And sixth, the audio, that strange, too even breathing, the odd emphasis on the wrong word. A voice with no room tone behind it, no real air. These are your tools. Use them, but keep listening, because I have to tell you what's happening to every single one. Here is the uncomfortable part. Every tell I just gave you exists because the machine hasn't learned that detail yet. And the machine is learning. Think of it as an arms race between two sides. On one side, generators, the systems that create the fakes. On the other, detectors, the systems and the people trying to catch them. Every time a detector finds a reliable giveaway, that giveaway becomes a training target. The next generation of the generator is specifically pushed to fix it. The hands get better. The blinking gets natural. The lighting learns physics. The voice grows room tone and imperfection and breath. And this is the brutal asymmetry at the heart of it. The generator only has to get good enough to fool you once on the one video you happen to see. The detector has to be right every time on everything, forever. That is not a fair fight, and over the long run, detection loses it. Which means the entire strategy you and I grew up with, look closely, spot the flaw, catch the fake, is quietly running out of road. Not because people aren't clever, but because you cannot win a race where your opponent trains directly on your finish line. So if catching the fake is a losing game, what on earth do you do instead? Here's the move. Instead of asking, "Can I prove this is fake?" a question that gets harder every month. You flip it around and ask, "Can this prove it's real?" Sounds like a small change of words. It's actually a complete change of the game. The idea is provenance, attaching a secure, tamper-evident record to a piece of media at the moment it's created, and cryptographically signing it, a kind of unforgeable seal that travels with the file. There's an open standard being built for exactly this, often called content credentials, where a photo or video can carry a signed history, what device or tool made it, and whether it was edited along the way. Camera makers and software companies are starting to bake this signing right into the tools, so that the moment an image is captured or created, it's stamped with a verifiable origin. And the reason this flips the whole problem is beautiful in its logic. A fake can always be made to look real, that battle is lost. But a fake cannot easily forge a valid cryptographic signature from a trusted camera at a trusted moment. So instead of hunting endlessly for the flaw that proves something is false, we build a world where real things can quietly prove themselves true, and anything that can't show its papers is simply treated with suspicion by default. It moves the burden of proof from prove it's fake to prove it's real. That is the future of this entire fight. Now you might be thinking this is all far away, a problem for governments, newsrooms, courts. It isn't. It's already reaching into ordinary lives, through the door of the one thing these machines got frighteningly good at: cloning a voice. Picture the phone ringing. It's your son, your mother, your daughter. Their exact voice panicking, saying they're in trouble and they need money right now, tonight, and please don't tell anyone. Except it isn't them. It's a voice model, built from a few seconds of audio scraped off a video they once posted. The same technology has a corporate face too. Employees tricked into wiring enormous sums after a video call with what looked and sounded exactly like their own boss, urgently authorizing the transfer. And then there's the slow poison. Fake clips of real public figures saying things they never said, spreading faster than any correction ever could, engineered to make you furious or afraid before your reason catches up. This is why the dying checklist matters so much. Because in the moment that panicked voice is in your ear, you will not be squinting at fingers or hairlines. You'll be feeling. And feeling is exactly what these machines are built to hijack. So let's turn all of this into something you can actually do tonight that doesn't depend on you out eyeballing a machine. Rule 1. Verify through a second channel. If a message, a call, or a video asks you to send money, share a code, or make an urgent decision, stop and confirm it on a different line you already trust. Hang up and call the real saved number back. Text the person separately. The fake lives entirely inside that one channel. Step outside it and it collapses. Rule 2. Set a family safe word. Agree in advance on a private word or phrase with the people closest to you. Something no clone scraped from the internet could ever know. If a frantic voice can't say it, that's your answer. Rule 3. Treat urgency itself as the warning. Almost every one of these attacks runs on the same fuel. Do it now, do it fast, tell no one. So make that your trigger. The more a message screams that there's no time to check, the more you slow down and check. And rule 4, the mindset shift under all of it. Stop asking, does this look fake? And start asking, where did this come from? And can it prove it? Trust the source and the signature, not the surface. Because the surface is the one thing the machine has already learned to fake. Step back and you can see what's really changed. For your whole life, seeing was believing. A photo was proof. A video was as close to being there as you could get. A voice on the phone was the person. That era is ending. Not with some dramatic collapse, but quietly, one erased tell at a time. Until I saw it with my own eyes, simply doesn't mean what it used to. And the answer isn't panic, and it isn't giving up on truth. The answer is a shift in habit, the same way we once learned not to trust every email or click every link. From now on, a face, a voice, a video on its own is not proof of anything. It's a claim, and a claim has to be checked. Against a second channel, against a safe word, against a signature that says where it truly came from. The machines took away our ability to spot the fake. What they can't take away is our decision to verify before we believe. So let me leave you with the question this whole video has been circling toward. When it becomes impossible to tell the fake from the real by looking, when your own eyes and ears can be perfectly counterfeited, what will you choose to trust instead? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one.